Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whenever this reaches you, however this reaches you, I go by the name Big Papita. Last time we went over Article 7, I finally got my book back. So we need to go over this stuff, man. This is Article 7. Uh, as I always say, I'm not a union representative. I'm just a member like you. And the purpose of me reading out the contract is because an educated member is a strong member. The more that you know about the contract, the stronger that you become when going into contract negotiations. Okay, so we have Article 8, which is management rights. The management of the business, the direction of working forces, the right to assign work, schedule production, hire, transfer, promote, demote, discipline, suspend, discharge for just cause, and determine qualifications of any employees to relieve employees from duty because of lack of work or for other legitimate reasons, and to establish, amend, and enforce the necessary rules and regulations for conduct and safety are vested solely and exclusively with and retained by the company, except as specifically modified by the terms of this agreement. Okay, so that's the rights that management has. Article 9, protection of rights, Section 1. It shall not be a violation of this agreement, and it shall not be cause for discharge or disciplinary action in the event an employee refuses to enter upon any property involved in lawful primary labor dispute, or refuses to go through or work behind any lawful primary picket line, including the lawful primary picket line of the union party to this agreement, and including lawful primary picket lines at the employer's places of business. All right, so you got union protection in the event of a strike, to stand behind and stand with the union. Section 2, it shall not be a violation of this agreement, and there shall not be a cause for discharge or disciplinary action if an employee refuses to perform any service which his employer undertakes to perform as an ally of an employer or a person whose employees are on lawful strike, and which service but for such strike would be performed by the employees of the employer or person on strike. Section 3, in the event any governmental agency requires the employer to perform services in places where there is a lawful or unlawful primary picket line because of sanitation, health, or fire hazards, the employees covered by this agreement shall be required to perform said services, and the provisions of Section 1 and Section 2 of this article shall not apply. In such an event, the employer must notify the union of the governmental agency that has made the order requiring services be rendered, such as school or hospital. Right. Oh, okay. Didn't know that. So hospitals and schools, if they require enough drivers to service those, that's a different, okay. Article 10, leaves of absence, Section 1. Any employee desiring a leave of absence from his employment shall secure written permission from the employer. The maximum leave of absence shall be for 90 days and may be extended for like periods. Permission for it must be secured from the employer with a copy sent to the union. Employees requesting leaves for periods of more than 30 days may be required to utilize all unused vacation and sick leave. Wow. Did you guys catch that? Employees requesting leaves for periods of more than 30 days may be required to utilize all unused vacation, and sick leave. Keep that in mind. Section 2. During the period of absence, the employee shall not engage in gainful employment unless mutually agreed to between the employer and the employee. Failure to comply with this provision shall result in the complete loss of seniority rights for the employee involved. Inability to work because of proven sickness or injury shall not result in loss of seniority rights, provided the period of absence does not exceed 12 months. All right. Section 3. FMLA eligible employees must have been employed by the employer for a period of 12 months and have worked at least 1,250 hours over the previous 12-month period. Eligible employees may be granted an unpaid leave of absence up to a total of 12 weeks for one of the following reasons: for the birth or placement of a child, for adoption or foster care, to care for an immediate family member, spouse, child, or parent with a serious health condition, to take medical leave when the employee is unable to work because of a serious health condition. At the employee's option, unused or accrued time may be used. All right, Section 4. A union member elected or appointed to serve as a paid union official shall be granted a leave of absence during the period of such employment without discrimination or loss of seniority and without pay. The maximum leave of absence of this section shall be for 12 months. Okay. Article 11, subcontracting. No work covered by this contract shall be subcontracted or assigned to any subcontractor or contractor, person, or entity, where to do so would cause the layoff of any bargaining unit employee on the seniority list of the employer. Very, very interesting, guys. No work covered by this contract shall be subcontracted or assigned to any subcontractor or contractor, person, or entity, where to do so will cause the layoff of any bargaining unit employee on the seniority list of the employer. Article 12, successor. The employer agrees to give written notice of the existence of this agreement to any purchaser or transferee, lessee, or assignee, and to notify the union in writing to the effective date of any such action. All right. So in case Athens buys the company, right? They have to put in writing to the union that, hey, look, if you guys are selling this, these are the rules, these are the contracts, and got to be like some transparency. Article 13, no strike. During the term of this agreement or any extension of this agreement, the company shall not lock out the employees covered by this agreement, and no strike shall be caused or sanctioned by the union or its members, and neither the union nor any of its members or representatives nor any employee shall cause, authorize, ratify, or engage in any sit down, sympathy strike, stay in, or other strike, picketing, walk out, slow down, or work stoppage, or any other interference with production or stoppage of work. Notwithstanding the restrictions set out in this agreement, employees covered by this agreement may refuse, without being subject to discipline by the employer, to cross a primary picket line sanctioned by the union, which the parties agree does not include handbilling, recognitional picketing, consumer or informational picketing, or any similar concerted activity other than a work stoppage between the union and the primary employer at a place of business other than a place of business owned, managed, operated, or leased in whole or in part by company or any company affiliate, parent, partner, or subsidiary, or other business in which the company may have a financial interest. Where an employee elects not to cross a picket line, only as permitted herein, picket line at a non-company / affiliate, company may use non-bargaining unit personnel to service the stop behind the picket line. So let's read that again. Where an employee elects not to cross a picket line, only as permitted, company may use non-bargaining unit personnel to service the stop behind the picket line. Okay. The parties, which I would assume would be like supervisors that have Class Bs or any kind of non-bargaining unit members who don't fall in the category as us, they could be used to cover routes, which is a little bit different from, say, like a subcontractor, or they're hiring somebody else out. So that makes sense. Article 14, holidays. Where are we at? Let's see. I don't want to go too long. All right. Article 14, holidays. The following holidays shall be granted to the regular employees without reduction in pay, regardless of which day of the week the holiday falls, and shall be paid to any employee who is on the payroll of the employer for a period of 30 calendar days and who works on the regular work days immediately preceding and following such holidays, unless excused by the employer. Employees shall be paid for such holiday on the basis of 8 hours at their regular straight rate, 8 hours at their regular straight times rate of pay set forth in this agreement when no work is performed on such holidays, which is New Year's Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day, Thanksgiving Day, and Christmas Day. All right, Section 2. Keep in mind that a lot of the Long Beach workers work on all but 2 of those holidays, which is New Year's Day and Christmas Day. Section 2. Employees required to work any of the foregoing holidays shall receive, in addition to their regular holiday allowance, a guarantee of 8 hours work at 1.5 times their regular rate of pay. If additional employees not regularly scheduled to work or needed to work a holiday, the company shall post requests for such holiday work at least 7 calendar days before the holiday. All right. So if an insufficient amount of volunteer employees are available, the company will assign such holiday work by seniority from the bottom of the seniority list. A regular employee who was laid off or terminated by the employer less than 15 calendar days prior to a holiday shall be entitled to holiday pay and shall receive pay for that holiday at the time of layoff or termination. Section 3. In addition, holidays shall be considered as time worked for the purpose of computing daily and or weekly overtime. Any holiday that falls on a Saturday shall be paid for at straight time rate of pay as set forth in this agreement. When a holiday falls on a Sunday, the Monday immediately following the holiday shall be observed as the holiday. Section 4, when a holiday falls during an employee's vacation period, The employee shall receive, at the sole discretion of the employee, an additional day's vacation or pay in lieu thereof. The company shall notify the employer prior to starting their vacation. So we'll leave it at that. All right. We'll leave it at that. But what it pretty much says is that as regarding the holidays, is that you're pretty much getting time and a half on top of that 8 hours that you already work. Now, if a regular workday falls on a Saturday, you're getting that straight pay like you're supposed to get paid, according to this. But I think it's another part that says you get paid time and a half Saturday no matter what. But according to Section 3 of Article 14, you get paid straight time rate of pay. But when oh, okay, all right. Well, oh no, I'm confusing it. Okay, so if a holiday falls on a Saturday and you don't work, you still get that straight time pay. If it's one of these holidays, you get that straight time pay. But if you're working, that's time and a half plus that holiday. So hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, I'm happy that I finally uploaded. I got a lot of stuff out the way. Next one, we'll go over Article 15, which is sick leave, vacation, and health and welfare benefits. We're getting closer and closer towards the end, and we're gonna knock this stuff out. We'll be soon before you know it. And then I still have to go over rules. That's in the workbook, the rule book, the company rule book. Something interesting that I wanted to share with you guys is that on your tablets, I can't do it right now because I'm on my lunch, but when you're taking a 15-minute break, you just hit those, it's like 3 stripes at the upper left corner of your tablet. You hit that, and it's a certain thing that you can hit, and you could actually pull up the PDF of the company rule book. So you always have the company rule book at your discretion. All you have to do is pretty much just click those top 3 little slashes, go to, I forget what section that is that you go to, and boom, it pops up the safety workbook. It'll say like driver acknowledgments or safety rule book. You click on that, and you could just go scroll and see where, if you're always curious about something, you could always pull that up to have reference to some of the stuff that we talk about. So you learn something new every day. With that being said, it's a lot of work on the ground. So I got to get back to work. But until next time, fellas, I'm out. Peace.